everybody. Welcome to Pink Shade. It's Monday. It's Mugshot Monday, Molester Monday, Mature Mother Issue Monday. All those things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a title can be however long it needs to be.
So. Yeah, just look at Double Lives of Suburban Wives. That's like the longest title that nobody can figure out in the history of time.
Yeah, I finally kind of watched it.
You did? Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. And? So stupid.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of stupid shows lately. Just keep us with our Love After Lockup and our 90-day, and we're good. These are things we know, things we love. Yeah.
I will say that about this show, I don't hate it as much as I thought I was going to.
Okay.
And I do enjoy it more than I did This Is Polly, because This Is Polly got so fake.
Yes.
Where I really think these people are really crazy.
Yeah. I was going to ask you if it compared to This Is Polly, what you thought. So yeah, you like this one better.
Yes. I mean, it got to a point with This Is Polly. It's just like, oh man, here we go.
You know what show we don't feel that way about that we cover on Wednesdays on Pink Shade Prime is Welcome to Plathville Rewatch.
Well, as long as Micah Plath is on there, I will always love it. No matter how much I hate Ethan and Kim, my love for him will go on. It'll keep me there.
Yeah. I get it.
He's a ray of sunshine.
He is, and he never turns awful. So
thank you.
That we know of. He has an awful girlfriend at one point, but he never turns awful. Let's talk about Age Inappropriate, though. This is season 1, episode 3, Broken Promises. And when we get down to Vic and Caroline at the end, I did have a writer named Caden write in and give me all sorts of inside scoop from their relationship in that town, and we
love boots on the ground reporting.
Thank you.
Pure journalism. We love that shit.
That's
our
so
jam.
much.
Yes.
But let's start with Jayanne and Kent. Remember, Jayanne 33 from the Philippines, Kent 61 from. They live in Honolulu. I don't know where they're from.
We don't know where he's from.
We don't know where he's from. He seems like he'd be from like Minnesota. He seems very Midwest.
He is pretty whitish.
He's
got that whole vibe. I don't hate him as much as everyone else seems to hate him.
Okay.
He's horrible. But sometimes he has some things I'm like, well.
Yeah, but the things that he says are so problematic. Like,
I agree. His foot is constantly in his mouth.
Yeah.
It really is. So.
Yeah. And we do still want to know what was that thing she only does once a month. But
I'm going to stick to, actually, he wrote us on YouTube.
Yeah, but he didn't say what it was.
He didn't say what it was because I was right. Has something to do with butts.
Because he was like, pegging? And we're like, could be. I mean.
You did not. If someone accused me of pegging and I wasn't pegging, the first thing I was saying was, I'm not pegging. He didn't do that.
No, he didn't. He just said pegging ? Jeez. That's what he said. Jeez.
You know what that means. Yeah, that's what you said at the end was jeez.
All right, well, let's start with these two. We see Kent go to see his cute friend Jeremy. Jeremy owns an exotic car rental place. He says Jeremy was like former military and he does these exotic cars. He's his hero. He
checks all the boxes.
Jeremy's cute.
And he's smart.
He said he met Jeremy when he was in a supercar club. He misses his supercar. He had to sell it to trade it for a minivan.
Now, hold on.
Okay.
You use that money for more than just a minivan. Because a supercar costs what we saw the van. That wasn't like a top of the line van like Halle Berry drives. So I think that money went on to some other thing. I didn't like that he's put it like that. It's like, okay, and what else? To buy your bride, perhaps?
You think Halle Berry drives a minivan?
She does.
Where are you getting this information?
From her. Like, she was like one of the celebrities who's like, I absolutely love a minivan. She's like, my minivan this was years ago when our kids were smaller. She's like, I absolutely love it. It's top of the line. It does this. It does that. She just went on and on. I was like, ugh. But yeah, I fucking hate a minivan. I don't care how many kids I have.
People that love a minivan, though, really ride hard for their minivan.
They really do. They do.
Yeah. They do. So, Kent tells Jeremy that Ann is like super homesick, and he goes, I was so happy that when I met her, she wanted to have a family. I didn't think of the consequences. There's 3 people and not consequences. Jeez.
One day, because like he's got maybe a good 20 years left in him, and this is just by his own calculations.
Yes.
And his children will look back on there and be like, well, no wonder he didn't leave us in the will. We were just consequences
of his actions. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
He goes, I keep thinking I'm younger than I am, and I'm considering now that I've taken on too much at my age.
You did.
You did.
Yeah.
And so he says, she gave me a budget for this trip she wants to go on to the Philippines, because she wants to go for like a month, which makes sense, because you're going to go, you should just go. Yeah. He goes, it's like $30K. But you have to imagine, it is probably, the baby can go fly for free, but it's 4 airline tickets to the Philippines. That's round trip. So that's going to be $10K. Plus you're going to be there for a month, and you're probably going to go see some things, I mean, $30K sounds about right. That many people?
Yeah.
To eat and everything?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you knew this beforehand. So it's not like she gave you this number. You were just, so shocked.
Right.
You knew it.
Like, it'd be like, what, $1,000 to go to the Philippines for 4 weeks?
Boy,
so he says, she's given me a lot, because Jeremy is like, she gave up her whole life, to be here with you. And he says, but lately our business has taken a downturn, and we just can't be splurging. And with the situation with my first son, whose name is Rocky.
Which, isn't that the name of 2 of his new children?
2 of his new children also have the name Rocky.
I was like, wait, I actually, I never do this. I actually had to rewind it. I'm like, wait, am I hearing things? Like, the children's names are race, which now makes more sense because he's into the supercars. Mm-hmm. Okay. Rocky and Rocky?
Rocky. It's RACQUI, like a short for Raquel, Rocky.
Okay.
And then ROCI, which is like Rosie. Like, we don't know. Looks like Rocky.
I just would not, as a woman, be okay with you naming our children after your child that is somewhere over in Asia. I would feel weird about that.
Well, it's like Sheena Shea on the Vanderpump in the Valley. Her daughter's name is like Summer Moon, and his children that lived over in Australia that he left's name were literally like Autumn and Winter, Sky and Ocean or something.
So there's a theme, which I do like themes with children. Mm-hmm. I think all their names should start with the same letter: Skylar, Sushi, Saki.
Yes.
But that's a bit really hippie-ish right there.
But since he left his children in Australia and has not seen them.
He left those children.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He
said, "Fuck them kids."
He said, "Fuck them kids. I got a wife on reality TV over here. She's got 1 hit single." So, okay. And so he says, because of the situation with my first son, Rocky, being taken out of the country, I'm scared. I don't know if anybody, Jan or anybody, can understand until that happens to you.
I'll get that.
So Jeremy says, look, she needs to go back to see her family. Mm-hmm. She needs to let the kids meet their grandparents. If something happens to you, you'll need that family. Like, you need to bridge that gap because you don't have any family here. So something happens, she'll need those people, right?
She'll have to go back home.
But it's also interesting that the kids need to meet their grandparents. We later find out the mom has been here a lot.
So he's already been there. And I'm like, do they think we're not paying attention to what's going on? Like, you just said it. And then the next clip was you saying that she's been there before.
So she has
all her youngness.
The grandma. Yeah.
So, he's older than her mom.
Yeah, by quite a bit. So Kent says, Jan has accepted this lifestyle and she understands me. And Jeremy says, well, maybe now it's time for you to understand her. No, not going to happen.
We like this guy.
I like him. He's cute. Mm-hmm. The talking head Kent says, my constant fear is that Jan doesn't appreciate all the things she's gotten from the marriage that she does not have to work for. That's the brutal truth.
She wasn't living in a hut when you met her. You know what I mean? Like, she had a life. She was... I don't like that because that really devalues her as a person.
I hate the way he talks about her. Like, she should be so grateful for me.
Yeah.
No, you won't even let her get her driver's license. So no, I don't think she needs to be that grateful.
Nope.
All right. So they have the daughter named Rocky, RACQUI, that's 3. And I wrote, and the son that left's name is Rocky. Then there's a baby named Rossi, ROCI, and the son is Race. So they're 4, 3, and 8 months old. And Kent comes in and he says, "Hey, I've got a babysitter so we can go out to dinner." And she's like, he's like, "You're always with the kids. I'm trying to do something
She
nice."
doesn't want to go with you. She just wants to go out by herself.
She's like, "I'd like to go out with some girlfriends.
Or a spa day or something.
Yeah, something. I don't want to have to go to dinner with you. Now I got to go get dressed." Y'all, you know how much I love Quince. They are the best summer pieces. These are the ones you reach for over and over again. And right now I am obsessed with this white linen popover shirt. I'm wearing it right this minute. I wore it for all my recordings this week. It is so easy to throw on, and I have some white linen shorts to go with it. It's an adorable set. It's my new thing. You know, they have 100% European linen, their pants, dresses, tops. These are the pieces that you reach for all summer, and they start at just $32. You know, they have amazing soft denim. They have organic cotton sweaters. And of course, they have that gorgeous silk and Mongolian cashmere. Did you guys also know they have jewelry? Did you know they have maternity clothes? Did you know they have luggage and also bedding? You guys, they have so much great stuff, and they have the most amazing things for gifts. Everything at Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They work directly with ethical factories and cut out the middleman, so you're paying for exceptional quality, not brand markup. Make your summer wardrobe feel easier. Go to quince.com/pinkshade for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/pinkshade for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/pinkshade. And Canadian bunkies, let me know what you got. They go out and he says he's sorry about the other night and he doesn't want to say no about going to the Philippines. He says he has no family in Hawaii and all her family is there in the Philippines. And he goes, "I just don't know if it's wise to spend so much money on a vacation right now." And she goes, "It's not a vacation. It's going to see family." And then she says, "What did you promise?" And he says, "I promised you 1 or 2 times a year." And she says, "So you scammed me." He says, "I didn't scam you, but I lied."
Okay. Well, we knew that.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the same thing, but okay.
And then she goes, "But you're a passport bro. You just got what you wanted." And
but hey, look, now, okay, let me clear this up for me. So a passport bro is someone who goes to different countries to have sex with exotic women, correct?
Because they think these women will be more accepting of them if they're older or not as cute, as long as they can appear to have money.
But it's just simply to have sex with them and then they go back home.
Well, a lot of times they try to get a wife because they think
that's what I was confused on.
Because they think that, and it is, like I said, I have somebody that I know that was married to a Filipino woman, and they are more subservient to their men and stuff like that. And we see it right now in the current season of 90 Day with Shay and Annabelle. She just wants to like put him in the shower and clean him and cook for him and feed him and cut his toenails. And so the stereotype is that, right?
Okay.
That's the stereotype. But I don't know if you get a young woman like Jayanne who's like, "I'm not about that life." Like, no.
And then she comes to America and she really sees like the freedom that you have. Yeah, she's going to adapt to the new culture.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
So passport bro is a nice way to say sex tourist, but a lot of these guys do go over to these other countries, you know, try to have sex, feel like a big man because these women will tell them what they want to hear. Because even if they're not rich, they do have money when they're over there because the dollar goes so much further.
So here's my thing, because I know everyone absolutely hates him because he's a passport bro.
Yeah.
Which he admits that he is.
Yes.
But also, I feel as though she wanted to have a husband with money, which he technically does. I mean, he does have a home and a vehicle and a job, and she wanted to come to the States. So to me, it's, you know, they're both using one another where you know, everyone's like, well, yeah, I think people forget that part too. Well, she also wanted something out of the deal. It was transactional. So
a lot of times it's transactional, but then, you know, somebody ends up not being happy with
Of
what's
course.
going on. I
Yes.
mean, you look at like Michael and Angela from 90
Yeah.
Day, like that was transactional for both of them. She wanted
Yeah.
a guy to have sex with and
Yeah.
control, and he wanted to get to the States. Now, he did get to the States. He played the long game and he won, and we're here for it.
He sure did. We all cheered for him when he did. So here's the thing. I think a lot of people that I've seen online, they're like, well, he. Well, she wanted something out of the deal as well.
I mean, she matched with him on the dating site. So
exactly.
she was looking and apparently promised something once a month.
Once a month.
So he says, look, I worry sometimes. I'm just an ATM to you, and I don't think it's wise to spend that money right now. And I think you're being selfish. And so he just always digs himself in a hole.
It's his words. Like,
he says something nice, like, I can understand why you want to do it, but we don't have the money right now. But you're like, and then also you should be grateful.
Yeah, no, we understand that, your business is doing bad. A lot of people, that's all around right now, small business owners. We get it. You don't have the money. Just stop right there.
Don't say,
Maybe
and also you should be grateful,
No, lick the bottom of my shoe. Like, that's the part that's gross that he does.
And she says, going back to the Philippines is the bare minimum. And he goes, well, I understand the kids could go and see the grandparents. So what if we bring your mom here? We could pay for your mom to come here like we've done in the past and ask her to stay for a couple of weeks. So
that's the part that we were like, huh? So the kids have met their grandmother.
Their one grandmother, right?
Yeah.
So Talking Eddie says, listen, I did what I had to do to become a dad. So I got this woman who wanted to have kids. I did what I had to do. I understand where Jan is coming from, but at my age, I don't want to spend that much money because I don't have enough time to earn it back. Oh my God. He says, I can't make any money mistakes, and bringing her mom here to visit is the compromise. One ticket is a better value than 5.
I don't know if this man has heart disease, a cancer we don't know about, because he basically has a shovel in his hand and keeps digging his own grave. Like, he's going to die any day now. Like, you're 61. We have parents older than that. And we're like, those motherfuckers are going to be here for a minute. You know what I mean? Like,
my dad's 86. My dad's 86 and doing great.
Yeah. I mean, and he's constantly talking about being dead. I don't know. Kid, you're okay.
Oh my God. In the talking head, she says, I believe he's just trying to distract me. But I will be going back to the Philippines at some point, whether he likes it or not. Okay. So now he tells us that he works from home, and he goes, but I'm not a babysitter. When it's your children, you're not a babysitter. It's your children.
It's called parenting.
It's called parenting. Yeah. But he says, I'm not a babysitter. I work in my office, and if she's at home with the kids, she's not to bother me. So she goes in there and is like, can you watch the kids for a little bit so I can call my mom? He's like, I have to work. And the kids are just, going nuts. And they're always climbing up on the cabinets and shit.
I was like, oh my God, please get this woman like a Mother's Day out. I mean, the kids need it. They're going crazy inside of this house. They're coloring on the walls. And I was like, shit, give a kid a broom. Let him clean that ceiling fan while he's up there. Jeez. Those spider monkeys just climb.
So she calls her mom, whose name is Sonia, and her mom goes, it's 10 a.m. I'm busy at my spa. Like, what do you want? So she says, my mom works really hard. My mom is 48.
Her mom is like 2 years older than me.
And has a 33-year-old child.
Now, okay, did you calculate this before
we got on air? It's 15.
Thank you.
It's
thank
15.
You, Mary. Okay. Mm-hmm. So we didn't have to show fingers or check with one another. So her mom started pretty young. Okay.
Yeah. So she says she hasn't seen her mom in a year. And so she says, Kent says, we can't come there. It's too expensive. But can you come here to visit for like 2 weeks? And her mom's like, yeah, sure. Yeah, I just said I was super busy, but I guess not. It's fine.
Right. I thought her mom was going to say, no, I just told you I'm so busy at the spa. But she's like, oh, yeah. I mean, who doesn't want to go to Hawaii?
So exactly. So Jan says, having my mom visit is great. I can speak my own language. We can just talk so much shit about him. He won't even know.
Yep.
She could give me help with the kids, but I still want to be able to go back and visit the Philippines.
Of course.
So he says he'll book the ticket. Yay. And then he says, Mommy will feed you. And the little boy goes, okay. She goes, I'll feed you. What do you want? He goes, chocolate, 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 or chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. It was hilarious because he says chocolate, chocolate, or chocolate.
I know.
And then she goes, what else? He goes, chocolate, chocolate.
I think he already had all that chocolate before this scene started. Jeez.
He's like, more chocolate.
Right. So I think this is a good place to meet in the middle. I can't give you exactly what you want, but this is what I can do. Hopefully he does it.
Is there a sister or somebody he could also bring over? They only mentioned the grandparents. So if she's got...
Remember last week she was talking to her sister.
Yeah, bring the sister too.
Yeah. But she probably has kids and can't just leave her kids for 2 weeks.
Well, that's true. Especially if mom's coming. So let's move on to Tynisha and Dr. Eric.
Oh, God.
So Dr. Eric is going to dinner with his buddy Lionel. Now, I think Dr. Eric and Lionel are maybe also be passport bros.
You think?
Because he says, I met my friend Lionel on a business trip to Rio de Janeiro, a lady business trip.
Yeah. Yeah, I love how they view women as just like pieces of meat, material things, like arm candy, you know?
Just a lady business trip.
Yeah, that's a fuck fest to me.
You just
They're going over there to fuck.
To find hookers? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Yes.
And just admitting it on camera.
Is that what our men are going to do the older that they get?
I'm going to Rio on a lady business trip. I'm like, great. Get it out of your system.
Me too. I'm like, thank God you're gone. There's no expectations from me. Wrap it up. Don't bring home anything, including the woman.
Right.
No, yeah. Yes. Go. I'll drop you off and pick you up.
It's strange. So
it is very strange.
Eric says to Lionel, he says, Tynisha and I are having issues, and sometimes they don't realize they reel you in and get you off that hook, and then you go elsewhere. Huh?
Oh.
What? They reel you in. You reeled her in, or she reeled you in?
I felt like he was saying she reeled me in, but then she doesn't act right, so now I got to go look somewhere else.
Okay. There was a lot of confusing things here with these two oldies.
Because they're old.
They're even older than Kent. They're older than Kent.
Yeah, they are.
So Lionel used to date Tynisha's friend Kortney, who looks like just her
sister.
A different version of, is it her? It said her friend.
That's her sister.
But it's her sister.
Oh, no, you're right. That is her friend. Her
sister's name was something else, like Mia or something.
Yes.
But they look just alike.
And they're both stupid because neither one of them can get these old ass men to put them on the fucking wheel. They're no help to each other.
Terrible sugar babies. So the two of them go to meet Lionel and Eric, and they say sometimes they still go to dinner even though Kortney doesn't really date Lionel anymore. So Tynisha says she's got all this paperwork in a folder for him to go over for the will. And then Tynisha and Kortney are like, yeah, this is an ambush. We planned it. We planned this ambush for dinner.
What a waste of a folder, because it was only half a page.
I know, it was a nice folder too.
I was like, she didn't write that much. There's no way.
There's not even anything in there. So she hands it to him. They sit down to dinner. She hands it to him. Now they're sitting like at opposite ends of the table.
Yeah.
She hands it to him and he just puts it down and goes, okay, I'll look at it later. So the talking head Kortney says, this is so disrespectful. Eric has lost his goddamn mind. He can read the goddamn will. It's like, Kortney, are you in the will? Why do you care?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't have read it right there at the dinner table with two additional people there.
Yeah. All of this is just like edited so poorly and produced so poorly that I'm just like trying to even follow the storyline that we're supposed to be following here. So Eric says, she goes, you're not going to read it and see what you think? And he goes, no, I need to see a proven track record of getting the house together. She goes, here we go again with the house. And Kortney says, time is ticking. You need to get this will like he's gonna die?
Or like he's Kent, because Kent's ready to go.
And then talking head Eric says, this is inappropriate. I don't know why Kortney is here. She should mind her own business.
I agree.
And Eric says, I'm just here to have a nice dinner with my friends. This is not the time and the place to talk about this. And I'm going to look over your proposal later. She goes, fine, you're not going to look at it now. She gets up to leave. Kortney gets up to leave with her. And Lionel goes, young girls will act like young girls.
And you know what? Right then and there, she still can't play the game. So she should have played it cool. Okay, let's have dinner, liquor him up, take him home. I mean, but no, she storms off like a child.
So outside, Kortney goes, you need to really speak your mind and mean it. And Tynisha says, he's about to find out I'm no joke.
She don't have that much mind to speak.
Uh-uh.
She just really doesn't. Like, I mean, there's not a lot going on up there, I don't think.
This is not a good storyline. So
it's not.
So Eric's over at the new house and he's fishing. And he says, I haven't seen Tynisha since the dinner, and all of it was kind of embarrassing. My friends were there. So Lionel comes over to his little dock there at his house, and he says, Lionel gives good advice because he also dates younger women.
He doesn't marry him. He's smarter than Eric is.
That's right. He just goes on these lady trips, whatever they are. So Lionel says, last time I saw you at dinner, wow, that was crazy. We don't know if it was the night before or 2 weeks
Not
before.
a clue.
Like, we have no idea.
Nope.
He says, last time I saw you, that was crazy. And Eric goes, yeah, I was surprised Kortney came down on me like that. And then he says something. I kept going back, but I was watching on the screener, so there's no closed caption. He says, you got to get her under control, man. Why would Lionel need to get Kortney under control? They're not together.
But I think it seems like, to me, I was just picking up vibes like they do hook up sometimes, and he does like give her gifts or something like that.
It must be. He says, you got to get her under control, man. Back in the old days, you would have shut her right down. And he looks at the camera like, oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Like, was Lionel a pimp?
Well, did Lionel slap a bitch around? Like, what are we talking about?
I don't know. These old geezers, I mean, it's just silly at this point.
Back in the old days, you would have shut her right down.
That's like pimp talk to me.
And Lionel says, well, how do you feel now since she put all that in front of you? And he goes, I don't know. It's kind of iffy. I'm not willing to just settle for whatever so I can have a younger woman. Just like I got her, I can get another one. Yeah, well, and that's true.
It's true.
And that's true.
She needs to be thinking that. Like, you know what? If I was okay with dealing with a 74-year-old man, someone else will as well. And they'll probably do a better job than she is.
Yeah. Again, they might be a good sugar baby. So the producer asked him, could you see yourself getting divorced and married again? And he says, nothing's impossible. Got to see how this plays out. So Eric says, you know, what I'm getting from Tynisha now is different from when we first started dating. Yeah. Right. He says it just goes in one ear and out the other. It really does sound like he's talking about his child.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Look at the dynamics.
Yes.
Clean the house. Did you clean the dishes? It's always like that.
And Lionel goes, yeah, they're not as easygoing as they used to be. These women, they want to control everything. You know, be sure you got that will straight. You know, that's how these women are today. And he says he hadn't bothered to look at the will she drew up, and she wants this or that, but she's not responsible. He says, I got to see a little more from her. She didn't take care of her responsibilities, like getting this house up and running. So I certainly don't want to sign any documents to give her any control over financial things. Like, I have serious thinking to do. Lionel says, I know you'll figure a way out of it. What is this? Wife number 6? And he says, yeah. And Lionel goes, now that's a bit much. I wish.
Is it even legal? I know here in the state of Texas, you cannot get married more than 6 times, because I have an old friend and he was like just about at the limit.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's limits in some states.
Wow. Well, they're in New Orleans. I don't know. Eric says, I've got a decision to make. You know, that'll be tough. And Lionel mutters something. I cannot understand this man. Again, rewind.
It's geezer talk. And sometimes he talks like he may have had like a mild stroke, because that one side is a little, or he got bad Botox or something like that. You're right. I was just like, what the fuck did he say?
He says, Lionel says, and then he says, as far as Eric is concerned, the next wife is the best wife.
I think he's starting to think like that too.
It's kind of funny. I was like, look at Lionel. You can't understand half of what he says, but he comes out with a good one-liner.
Right.
All right, let's move on to Drew and Janet. We didn't see them last week. Janet is with her brother Ray at Club Guru, which is one of their spaces. Now, these are all like high-end strip clubs. You think?
I don't know if it's a strip club, but I think it's like a step above a strip. I think they're like popular clubs.
Yeah, but it does look like they have stages with poles on them.
Okay.
Right. Which is, I mean, you know, do what you want.
Make your money.
Go ahead. So Janet's with her brother Ray at Club Guru, which is one of their I don't know, things. And they're talking about, service is key. We got to keep those bottle girls coming out faster, faster. We got to keep it going. And they say, what is Drew, her husband, what is he working on? And she says, well, he's taking these steps to work on his own business. I'm stressed out because I'm almost 60 and I really, really, really want to retire at 65. So Drew walks in, it's like, hey, babe. And he's brought her some lunch. And he's just like, wah, wah, wah.
Here comes the chocolate Hulk. Just all,
chocolate Hulk. He can't put his arms down. Nothing.
It
looks uncomfortable.
It does.
So he walks in with lunch for her and she says, I want to go. I've decided for my 60th birthday, I do want to go over the top. I want to land on the roof in a helicopter. I want to have a custom dress and a custom cake. And he's like, okay, sounds like custom expensive.
Well, the helicopter. I mean,
why do people want to do that?
I don't know. Because you can't, you're not going to fly around the city first.
And then what? All your guests.
Who's going to see you? Have to go upstairs to see you?
And then your guests see it and they're all like getting their hair blown everywhere because I don't get the whole helicopter.
I don't get it either.
And he goes, you just got to be sure you don't go too over the top because your health issues. You got to let me help you. And then he goes, so what's going on tonight? She goes, well, I've got an event. And he goes, okay, good. I'm going to go hang out with my fellas tonight. And she goes, no, you can't hang out with the fellas. She goes, only one of those guys that you named is married. And he goes, so I can't hang out with people that aren't married. She goes, no, preferably I just hang out with people that are married. So yes, she says, yeah, I got to be protective of my marriage. You have to protect your marriage above all else. And so if it seems like I'm, over the top, then maybe I am. So she says, just bring your group here. Bring your group here to this club. I'll get you a section. I'll get you bottle service. And he goes, no. He goes, no, I'm tired of dealing with this. You got to let me go out if I want to go out. And she goes, I'll see you at home at 11 o'clock. 11:01.
11 o'clock.
11. Damn, not even midnight.
Freshmen in high school at least have an 11:30 curfew.
You're right.
His is 11 o'clock. This is not your child.
11:01, you're in trouble.
11:01, you're in trouble. Mm-hmm. And she's gonna be watching him the whole time on her Find My Friends app.
Yes.
I feel kind of bad for him.
So we see Drew going out with the boys. It's Talib, John, and Zeus. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I'm so happy to be out with. They're literally just like sitting outside at a restaurant by a fire pit, with a hookah. Yeah. And they're like, you're being held captive by your wife. And then they ask him, are you still sexually compatible? Which is strange. And he goes, yeah.
Because she's 60 and he's 41. I can't remember.
He's 40 and she's 59.
Yeah. So, I can understand that.
He's like, yeah, she wants to do it more than I do. Also, I take so many steroids. My dick is this big. I mean,
he needs that thing that the guy from This Is Polly needs. You have to pump it up.
Dick pump. Mm-hmm.
A dick pump. Yeah.
Yeah. And he goes, everything's great in that aspect. And they're like, yeah, with that age gap, we couldn't believe it. Like, wow, it really has lasted. And he goes, yeah, and what I'm working on right now, I'm working on my own clothing line for people who can't touch their arms next to their body.
He's going to be his only client because no one else's body looks like that. That is just weird. And his nipples were all popping out in that silk shirt. Nothing fits him correctly.
No, he's giant.
Yeah, he was sort of clothing line.
And they're like, oh man, we've always known you should do that. Well, look at your great style. And he says, she wants to help me out, but there's something about, you don't want to be considered like a sugar baby or whatever. I want to do it all on my own. I'm going to do this clothing line. So, they're like, so we're glad you came out tonight. We're going to try to go to the strip club because with me going out, she doesn't necessarily trust me. And that is because when we first got together, I was still dealing with my ex and doing what we do. And they're like, doing what you do. He goes, yeah, when we were first together, but they're like, but you haven't done that since. He goes, no, I haven't done anything like that since. So
I believe him.
I believe him too. I think he's still in his system. And they're like, all right, let's go to the strip club. He goes, not tonight. It's 10:48.
It's 10:49, boys. I got to get home. She is watching me. And if I'm not home by 11:01, she's going to call your mom and your mom and your mom too looking for me.
She's going to lock with the Ring camera. She's going to lock all the doors.
Right.
And I'm going to have to sleep outside. Now we're going to move on to Vic and Caroline, but let me read you this information that the listener
Okay.
sent me. And it's kind of long. Let's see if I can make it shorter. Okay. The guy's name is Vic Christopher.
Oh, it's a guy who wrote you?
It was a guy that wrote me.
Oh, okay.
Well, the name is Caden, and that's generally a guy's name.
Yeah, usually a guy. Okay.
He says, I know a listener also mentioned knowing about Vic Christopher and his notoriety locally. That's made the Reddit, the show has, since the show has popped off. I have some other information that fills in his background and also punctures a lot of his self-mythology, which is funny. Vic's businesses are primarily in Troy, New York. It's a smaller city, but it's a crown jewel in a pretty economically depressed county. So what helps is to cross the river from Albany, the state capital. So a lot of people live in Troy and they go across over to work at Albany. And since the pandemic, they've attracted a lot of transplants from New York City due to the lower cost of living. HBO has shot a lot of the Gilded Age around Troy, which I love the Gilded Age, and other neighboring cities due to the 19th and early 20th century architecture. It's a stand-in for like old New York City.
Okay.
Anyway, Troy, New York has had a thriving culinary scene for a while, which is why Vic is such a man about town, and some of his places are quite good. However, he did not do it alone, and it would be dishonest of him to suggest that starting all these ventures in the service and restaurant industry could happen without other people involved. He both had a business partner and a spouse prior to being in this romance with Carolyn Conboy. What's her name?
He using whole government names.
Whole government
Yes,
names.
we love it.
His first wife was Heather Levine, spelled like Levine. Heather Levine was his very successful and age-appropriate first wife, who previously worked as a school teacher and pivoted to working in the service industry when they met. She stepped away from the business around 2019 when they were no longer together. She has since moved to Orlando, Florida, opened a wine bar post-pandemic. From what I can tell, that place is still going strong and has built a very strong community among her employees, restaurant peers, and patrons down there. Good for her because she was always praised as an excellent businesswoman. Okay. I note this because Vic has effectively erased Heather from his story. Heather was very well liked by the local business people and patrons of the businesses in Troy, and that has been one major annoyance with Vic from the locals, and how Heather bowed out while not getting the credit for being the co-creator of his empire. And then this whole child bride, which is how the local Reddit refers to Caroline, happened. The locals refer to her as child bride.
That is funny.
She does look 12. I mean, she does.
Yeah, she does. And when she talks, she sounds even younger.
Oh my God, baby.
Yeah.
Vic has always been a schmoozer. And so this relationship has baffled everyone since it was known because he was always so image conscious. Although not without rumors following him around about hitting on younger women dating back to when he was married with Heather. But up until the TV show, he mostly kept his relationship with Caroline to his personal social account and a small group of influencer types. Yes, they exist up here, but regularly snarked on. These people don't question why he's in this age gap with somebody who looks like his daughter. Since the TV show, he and Caroline have been on the local news, and I feel like in some roundabout way, he thought being upfront on socials with some was a trial balloon and having his relationship with Caroline be normalized. Okay. Well, this mindset finally may put to the test the feeling that people thought Heather was the brains of the operation. I actually think this could do some damage to his business. There are enough people in Troy, both long-time and post-pandemic transplants, who could be regular at the Vic Christopher restaurants, but had no idea who he is and this child bride situation until the show happened. But again, the food is good, so we shall see. Okay.
Interesting.
Well, thank you, Kate. But here's the thing: like if you're in a small town and you've got 10 good places to eat and 4 are owned by him.
Yeah.
It's like when we go to the beach, there's like 5 places to eat. So even if you don't like one of the owners,
you're kind of stuck.
You got to rotate it through,
Yeah. I mean, he just doesn't sound like a stand-up guy.
No.
Sure. He's a jerk off, as a matter of fact. Like like with the Kent situation, I mean, we both agree. Sometimes he says the right thing, but then he is immediately followed by something stupid. Yeah. Everything that comes out of Vic's mouth is verbal diarrhea. The whole entire time. There's no redeeming qualities about this man at all. He's just one big ick.
It's interesting that Caden says that he's known as a schmoozer and very image conscious. So it's weird that he's dating this 24-year-old when he's so image conscious that he might be like, oh, that doesn't look good for me. I should get at least a woman in her 30s.
40s.
You know?
Yeah. So, I agree.
All right. So we are at June Farms. It just says June Farms. It doesn't say if this is a family home.
Yeah.
Or what. I was like, do you own this property? What is it? You know, is it a bed and breakfast that's part of your empire? Unclear.
Yeah.
So his mom and dad and cousin are there. His mom, Beth. Who
I love.
Dad, Jim, cousin Terry. Love them.
Yeah. Because they read him left and right, the whole freaking scene.
Yep. So they're all meeting up with his family and Caroline's family. And he says, oh, last time we all saw each other was at her college graduation.
Yeah. You should have just skipped over that part. Just say it's been a while.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, and he's telling his mom and dad and cousin this. We still have these problems where she doesn't trust me and it's completely baseless. And they're all like, no, I don't think it's baseless. I think probably she has a reason because you are a piece of shit, even though you're a family member.
And they know it. When your mom says you're a piece of shit, believe it. Which I'm sure she has probably tried to warn Caroline.
Yeah.
That this guy is not good for you. Run.
She says, you know, Vic, here's the line and here's you. You're always right over it. And they're all on her side. And dad goes, how old are you, son? You got to settle down. When are you going to get engaged to this girl? Right. Yeah. You have to know they like knew the age appropriate first wife as well. And they're probably like, he blew that. Now he's doing this.
And I'm assuming he doesn't have any kids.
Yeah. I think that the Caden would have said if he had kids. Yeah. So the talking head, he says, I know people are watching on television and you probably think my family doesn't like her or her family doesn't like me, but that's just not the case. Everybody gets along.
Your family doesn't like you. Your family doesn't like you.
Family doesn't like you. They like her just fine. Yeah. So the talking head, her sister Megan, who looks just like her.
Yeah.
Says, when I found out Caroline was dating somebody that much older, I told her, no, you have to break up with him. No way the intentions are good here. The power dynamic is too much, and this is not a healthy situation.
Yep, agreed.
First time we've heard anybody on any of these shows mention the power dynamic.
Because it's a big one here.
It's a big one. So in the talking head, Caroline's mom and dad, who look like could be Vic's siblings. They look like they're like 45 years old.
Same age group.
They say, we just want to support our daughter, so whatever she wants to do is fine. Like, no, you failed your daughter somewhere. That she thought this out. Because there's no
way would it be dragging. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
That would make her. But I mean, her parents look pretty normal and they seem pretty normal, but they didn't speak up.
Yeah.
Like, unlike his parents did. It's almost like, did she run away a few times as a kid? You're afraid that she's going to marry this guy, go to another country, you're never going to see her again? Like, what is it?
His family seems kind of bougie and her family seems kind of regular.
Very.
So they could be like, okay, good. She's going to marry into this rich family, you know?
Perhaps. But I tell you what, I'm not going to let us keep talking without mentioning how damn good that food looked. Oof.
Oh, yeah. I saw that pasta.
Oh, man. Everything looked delicious. I'm like, look, I'll suffer like an hour sitting here with Vic for that food because it was delicioso looking over there.
So, they put the food on the table. They all sit to eat. And again, you hear her going, can you cut this for me?
I don't understand. Does her right hand not work? Can she just not do this motion? Like, what is it about the cutting the food?
Maybe she's got carpal tunnel and her hand falls asleep like mine does.
Jeez, I don't know.
So Caroline says, Caroline asked them all if they feel the age gap between them because they talk about how long they've been dating.
Girl.
And they all go, yeah. And then Vic says, well, my age gap between me and you guys, her parents, is only 8 years. He's only 8 years older than her parents.
That is so... I don't know what I would do if Skylar came home.
With a guy that was 50.
What is he, 49?
He's 50.
50?
Yeah.
First someone would have to peel us off the floor because we'd be laughing so hard. I mean, we didn't immediately run the guy off just from just laughter of the situation. Just like we have no filter. We're like, what the fuck are you doing? Why is this a joke of the century? Like, no, I don't know how parents are so calm. I don't get it. And this guy's not rich.
No, he's potentially going to be rich, but not rich, right?
Yeah, but if he's going by Kent's time, I mean, he's not got that much longer. He better hurry up and get rich quick. So
no. Don't spend that money because you don't have enough time to make it back. So the grandma is there. That is Caroline's grandma is also there. And Caroline's mom says, well, here's something interesting. Grandma has been making a little notebook of 8 big age gap relationships that she hears about.
Yeah.
And grandma goes, that's true. And Caroline goes, what, are we in it? She goes, yeah, you're the first 2 entrants. I was like, to make this okay in my mind, I'm going to have to make a list of other people. Hilarious.
Yes, it is very, very funny.
She goes, well, I think like Harrison Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I think of Cher.
Yeah.
And then they go Woody Allen. They're all like, whoa.
Well, here's the thing. That makes more sense right there. That the dynamics right there are very, very similar. Yeah.
I mean, Cher is dating Amber Rose's ex, and she's like 80 and he's like 30. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good for her.
I mean, all right. So he says, when you were born, I was 26. And she goes, yeah, you waited all that time for me. How romantic. No, girl, it's fucking creepy. It's pedo.
But here's the thing, and I think I said it last week. She creeps me out too.
She's creepy as well. I gotta agree. I gotta agree. So then he says, "Okay, everybody, ding, ding, ding. I have an announcement. I have an announcement. I want to just say, everybody here is like really supported me in my business. I don't know what he says, but then he says, but I got to tell you." We finally got approved for the bank loan for the construction, and now we can finish the apartments. It's going to be great for us financially. I'm going to alleviate the pressure when I can get these apartments and get the rent going. I'll have to work less in the restaurants. Why? Unclear.
But he's such an asshole because he set it up as though he was about to propose. To her.
Yeah. Well, everybody's here, so yeah.
Yeah.
So Caroline goes, well, what? I feel out of the loop here about the apartments. And he says, no, the reason I'm saying is because this is going to be our project together. You've got a great eye for design. I want you to help design the apartments. We're going to work on them together. And she goes, how am I just now hearing this? I don't feel like I'm number one in your life. I mean, I'm happy for you that we can spend time together, but this is weird. His mom's like, you need to tell her things first.
Well, yeah. Again, because this is like the power thing. Like, I'm going to make her think this, but then I'm going to take it all back. Like, it was an asshole move.
Totally. So we're talking at his parents who hate him say, oh, come on with Vic. You never know what's going to come out of his mouth. And we always support Caroline because he's a handful. We're on her side. And Dad goes, yeah, he doesn't lead a healthy lifestyle. Hilarious.
Because we think he sorts between scenes.
Yes. He
does. That's why he's up to 5 o'clock in the morning.
He's always got that tie undone,
Yep.
So Vic and Caroline go to see the apartments, which do look really cool. And
you and I would love this deal. We would love it if our man said, hey, this is going to be ours. I want you to help me design this. Okay, great. Yes.
Yeah, this one is the spa one. Babies. Yeah, this is the spa one because it's got the cool thing. This is the studio, but it's got the beams. So like each one has got their own flavor. Yeah, they were cool. And so they're looking and she goes, it's really great. Like I'm excited. Like, this is great, but I'm having a hard time getting over last night. He goes, why? She goes, you got up in front of everybody and proposed a toast, but then everybody thought you were going to propose. It was so awkward. Mm-hmm. The talking head, she goes, he knew what he was doing. He knows I want him to propose. That was a jerk move, right?
It really was.
So the talking head, he goes, I don't know what anybody's talking about this getting proposed. Like, we can't get married. We're going to get this project done, and then we'll be able to afford to get married.
Which is fine. You just don't stand up like it's this major announcement. I mean, you could just say, oh, yeah, guys, by the way, we got approved for this loan.
Oh, I've been meaning to tell you we got approved. I'm so excited. We're going to get to work on this project. So you have to stand up and ding, ding, ding and make everybody be quiet. So he tells her, I feel lonely in this situation. Like, I thought you were going to help me. And she goes, how can you be lonely when you're out at a bar every night with all your friends?
Yep.
And she goes, I really think that we need to try couples counseling. Like, we need somebody neutral to help us communicate. And
Girl,
he goes,
you do not want to see a therapist, because the first thing a therapist is going to tell you is to fucking run. Like,
the first thing the therapist is like, what did your father do to you?
Well,
to make it there you have daddy issues.
She's going to say, can I see a birth certificate?
Yeah. Like the TSA does when they pull them over for sex trafficking.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, therapists don't help. No, it's just like they're just trying to take your money. They don't help you. And she goes, but what we're doing is not working. He goes, oh, that's fine. And I agree. You should go to therapy, but I'm not going.
Okay.
So she goes, if you won't go to therapy, then our relationship is at a standstill. And he goes, all right. And she says, I'm very exhausted from this conversation. And he goes, all right, see you later. And he walks out the door.
She's so robotic. She reminds me of the Megan doll from the movie Megan. I mean, that doll was smarter than her. So it's just the looks and the roboticism of it. But she's just, like I said, she's kind of like, maybe they are meant to be, because they're both fucking weird. They just are.
Yeah. So next time on, we see Brooke and Kai, and he says his mom has been texting him, and then we see him FaceTime with his mom, and his mom says, what did I do wrong as a mother?
Oh,
she looks younger than his wife.
You have to wonder, like, what part she's saying about him having, I don't know, sex outside at a restaurant or being the OnlyFans. There's so many ways that things that can fit in there in that equation.
It's his hairstyle. It's his hairstyle.
Because it is a choice.
Yeah. And then we see Eric saying to Tynisha, basically, like, maybe it's time we move on from this relationship. And she's like, huh? Then we see Kent ask Jayanne in front of her mom, if you had to choose between me and your family, who would it be? And she's like, what are you talking about? She's like, does that include the kids? Do I get to take the kids? Because then I'm going to take them.
Yep.
And then we see somebody flirting with Drew up into club. And I think this must be at her 60th birthday party, because she comes up in like a ball gown and was like, who are you talking to?
Okay.
And that's it. That's all we got.
All right. Well, baby Saki took a good long nap while we were recapping. He say hi.
Hi,
Mama's
Saki.
done. Mama's done.
Oh, I was like, is that a dog? Let me see.
He just flopped right on over in the middle of the show and laid on me like we were like reading him a storybook or something like that.
Oh,
you like our voices?
Yes, I'm gonna pet that dog. He can't hear me. Saki can't hear me.
Oh yeah, he doesn't. No.
Yeah, he just hears you.
So
you're doing a monologue. Everybody, that is it. I'll just remind you of what else is going on here on Pink Shade. Tuesdays, we're covering the main TLC show, 90 Day Fiance. Wednesdays, Keisha and I have our rewatch of Plathville out every Wednesday. We're finishing up season 4. And
it's getting good.
This Wednesday, we will have Love is Blind episodes 9 and 10, which we didn't know it, but boom, we get all the weddings and it's over.
I started to text you. I was like, okay, she hasn't watched this yet, because she would have texted me and said, girl,
I just like, boom,
we're done.
Boom.
Yeah.
So we've got the weddings this week, and then we guess next week will be the reunion, and they will not give us the screener. So we will adjust our schedule accordingly. So just letting you know that on Wednesday on Prime, the last 2 episodes, because they gave us 8 and then they gave us 2 of Love is Blind UK. It is a great season, everybody. It's really good.
I cannot wait for the reunion.
I can't wait for the reunion too.
Me
too. I'm interested to see if some people are still together.
Yep.
Then on Thursday this week, what will be there is Love is Blind episode 9, but not 9 and 10, just 9 will be there for your free listening, viewing pleasure. Friday is 90 Day Fiance, The Last Resort. And then also on Mondays, I forgot, Kimberly and I are covering Double Lives of Suburban Wives, and that comes out on the paid feed. So there's lots of things. There's TLC, there's Netflix, there's WeTV. Yep. Maybe next week I'll get back to Bravo. I'm not sure. It's been kind of nice having a break, I got to be honest. And
I got to tell you, I'm loving Ultimate Girls Trip. It is good.
Yeah, it is good. It's good.
Really, really good.
I've only seen the 2 episodes, and I know that on the 3rd episode is the white party, and In all the clips they've shown Heather McDonald and Miguel Luciano, two friends of mine, standing and listening to this like this conversation that the Salt Lake City Lays are having. Heather's like, and Miguel said the same thing. Like they started talking and the cameras came over and Heather goes, I didn't move. And Miguel said the same thing. He goes, I wanted to hear the tea. I wasn't going to walk off.
I agree. Yeah. I would. And you know what? I'm loving Lisa Barlow all over again.
Yeah.
Maybe she's with the wrong cast.
I think it's nice because she's like, all these ladies really like me. They're not mean to me. No. They're not always trying to slam my husband, John Barlow. Yeah, so I'll be back to Bravo next week. And also, Kimberly and I are going to do a Netflix documentary. It's called The Pastor's Wife. And it's on Netflix. And it's the 3-part. It's about that Myrtle Beach, South Carolina pastor who like killed his wife. And Kimberly loves to talk about hypocritical preachers. So,
okay.
It's a genre that she loves especially. So,
okay, gotcha.
Everybody make sure you're following us. It's Pink Shade and the Libra Lounge with Keisha. Make sure you're listening to our episodes. Make sure you're leaving a 5-star. Make sure you're following us on social media. Make sure you're following on TikTok. And please go over to YouTube and follow Pink Shade. And that's where you can see this episode of Keisha's cute hairstyles.
Oh, thanks. I mean, because we do get dressed up for you guys. Like we get ready for these shows.
Love is Blind. I didn't know I was going to be breaking out my fascinator for the next recording, but I will be.
Oh shit! I forgot about that. Yeah,
I gotta go find.
I gotta go. You gotta go find it. I gotta change shirts. Then
they sprung the weddings on us. We didn't even know.
They did.
Didn't even know.
Gotta change outfits. Okay.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.